Céad Míle Fáilte. Welcome to Solas Frida Christian Spirituality Centre in Kildare Town. My name is Phil O'Shea, coordinator of the centre. Our presentation today comes to you as our contribution to Heritage Week 2022 with its focus on sustainability and biodiversity. Solas Frida Centre was officially opened in 2015. Inspired by the legacy and values of St. Bridget, the centre is a uniquely designed, ecologically sustainable building in the shape of a St. Bridget's cross, with circular and semicircular rooms nestled in the arms of the cross. I am delighted to welcome Emer Conway, Community Energy Mentor. Emer will speak to us on energy efficiency and sustainability. Together, we will look at the key areas of how Solas Frida is efficient in terms of energy and sustainability.
It's great to be here today at Solas Frida as part of their contribution to Heritage Week and talk about sustainable energy. My role as Community Energy Mentor is to talk to people and communities about what energy they use and how they use energy. It's really great to be here actually because we're standing outside a building that has an A energy rating, so I'm really excited to talk to you about that. Community is very important when we talk about energy. If you look at the word community, it means public, common and shared by all or many. And as we journey through the energy transition, that ability to be able to use shared resources and our shared heritage will become very important. So when you're talking about the energy performance of a building or the energy efficiency opportunity, the way to go about it is to look at the fabric first. I'm just wondering, Phil, did the designer of the building at the time take that into consideration?
Very much so, Emer. You could say that nature is interlaced around and through the building, with the use of natural materials very much to the fore. The blocks used were highly insulated thermoplan clay blocks. The windows are triple glazing and the building is finished in local stone.
We learned through COVID-19 that ventilation is also a very important part of how a building performs and how you can live in a building. What measures do you have here to make sure that the balance of air between outside and inside is correct, Phil?
The centre has air vents on all the windows and doors. In the two large circular rooms, where large groups of people gather, the windows are automated and are set to open automatically depending on the heat and also the CO2 levels in the room.
You have an interesting heating system here, Phil.
Solas Frida is carbon neutral in that we do not use any fossil fuels to heat the building. Instead, we use a hybrid system of geothermal and air-to-water systems. Under the oval here are the pipes for the geothermal system, and the structures beside you are for the air-to-water system. These structures are known as ice sticks because they are covered in ice when working to support the geothermal system. Neither on its own would be sufficient to heat the building of this size.
Do you use any solar technology?
We do. We have solar panels on the roofs and grid for hot water.
Everybody's looking to see where they can save energy. So yeah, you've a lot of space here, and 60% of a typical household's energy use goes in space heating, and this is a very big space. So the two things that I would consider both for this building and for householders would be to have heating controls in where you can regulate when you put your heating on, and also maybe to take down the temperature a degree or two.
We hope we have given you a flavour of our active approach to enhancing sustainability here at Solas Frida. Ecology and biodiversity also play an important part in the landscape of the centre. Liz Cullen is here in the garden and she will demonstrate how Solas Frida strives to create a biodiverse environment for our pollinators.
Hello, my name is Liz Cullen and I am a member of Corja Frida. I would like to welcome you to the beautiful garden here at Solas Frida. We hear a lot about biodiversity these days, but what is it? Well, quite simply, biodiversity is our life support system. It provides us with oxygen, food, clothing, wood, and much more. Most importantly, biodiversity includes the joy and wonder of our natural world, which enhances our psychological and spiritual well-being. Here we see the beautiful rock rose, which provides nectar for bees and is also the food plant of the green hairstreak butterfly. The birch tree here supports over 200 species of insects, and birds enjoy the seeds from the catkins in springtime. The blue flowers of catnip are extremely attractive to all kinds of bees, including bumblebees, honeybees, and solitary bees. You see the geraniums here. Geraniums have a long season of nectar and pollen, and they attract bees, butterflies, and other insects. Here we see the beautiful escallonia. Butterflies, bees, and other insects love this flower. Dogwood here provides berries for our birds in autumn. Blackbirds in particular enjoy the berries. This is the oxeye daisy, and this beautiful flower blooms from June to October, and bees and butterflies love to forage in its blossoms. Here we see an area that has not been mowed, and last spring this area was full of cowslips, and cowslips are a vital source of nectar for insects in early spring. We then see the knapweed and the bird's foot trefoil, which came because the area was not mowed. And both flowers are a valuable source of food for a wide variety of insects. Here we see the oak grove. The oak grove is of course closely linked with St. Bridget, who built her monastery here in Kildare beside an oak tree. The oak tree is great for biodiversity, and it supports over 250 different insect species and over 300 types of lichen. Nettles are food for lots of butterfly caterpillars, and also food for some adult butterflies, such as the red admiral and peacock. It is important that we try and help our biodiversity to flourish. As John Feehan says, the loss of any species is the loss of one more colour from the rainbow of life's diversity. And we can help our biodiversity. We can choose plants that are pollinator friendly and which will attract bees, moths, butterflies and other insects into our gardens. It is also advisable to leave a part of the garden free for wildlife. You never know what might surprise you. Indeed, Mary Oliver asks, not for the sights in front of her to change, but only the depth of her seeing. The mystery of transformation can clearly be seen in the garden. Larvae to butterfly, a seed to a flower, leaves to compost and soil. As Niamh Brennan says, the natural world demands a response from the soul. We rejoice in the sacred space of our garden and know that we are playing our part in the miracle of life.